Feels good to be champions, doesn't it, guys?
Sure.
Victory tastes so sweet.
Guys, come on. Time for the match. You guys ready?
Hey, we're the champions, Rob.
No. Breelan and Josh won last year. They still got to bowl my team again this year. Guys, could you grab those trophies and just kind of bring them over to the side?
Halbedel. Hold up, Halbedel. You better enjoy how that feels now because you won't be touching this again.
Life is fun, and so is Candlepin bowling. There have been dozens of bowling shows on TV before, but we're not them, and we don't want to be. Dan Shu Gothier coaches one team of talented kids, and I, Rob Taylor, coach another. We're a different type of show, and we're going to turn your notion of bowling show upside down. We are the new generation.
Welcome to Candlepin New Generation, a sporting event just like the Olympics, except without the international competition.
Or the fire, Rob. You know, or the torch.
He's Dan Gothier. I'm Rob Taylor. You are about to watch two of the top 12 to 14-year-old bowlers go against two more of the top 12 to 14-year-old bowlers. Dan's got one team. I have another. They are facing off to try to earn a championship berth. Dan, why don't you introduce us to your team?
All right, Rob. Starting off for me is Breelan Crays. Her hidden talent's cracking whips in her high singles of 155. She's last year's champion. I wouldn't want to cross her in a dark alley, that's for sure.
Me neither, and her partner was a former champion too.
Yeah, definitely. She'll be bowling with Josh Daley. He burst onto the scene last year with a championship in his debut. He'll be looking to repeat now, but he's got a target on his back. When he's got his ball in the pocket, he's got one of the most devastating first balls out of anybody his age. He is Josh the Hammer Daley, also the Daily Show, Rob.
Now we are going to try to take down the last year's champions with two talented bowlers of our own. My lady is Becky Halbedel. She's one of Bogey Lane's finest. She hates cheerleading because she is too busy getting crowds to cheer for her. Hot 151 high single, and good things come in small packages. So do deadly things. Her partner, Aaron Souza. He's won this division before, and he wants to join Kylie Josefiak, Jonathan Boudreau, and Brett Favre as multi-time champions. He's got a 166 high single, 397 triple, and he is a real veteran presence. Before we get the match underway, we've got Liam Fitzgerald-Ledger on the sideline. Liam, what do you think? We've got Breelan and Josh trying to repeat. Think they can do it?
Looks like history's repeating itself, Rob. Let's hope that Breelan and Josh don't invade Russia in the winter.
Liam is studying for a PhD in World War II history. Let's have our ladies take the lanes. Breelan Crays and Becky Halbedel.
Don't invade Russia in winter, Rob.
Didn't work out for Hitler. Breelan Crays throwing the first ball. She is in the red. Becky Halbedel is in the black and yellow. And Breelan starts off with a hammer.
Team Shoe! This is a high five from her partner, Josh.
Becky trying to do it the old unconventional way.
Yeah, Team Rob trying to steal them already.
We'll do it any way we can. She's got a nice piece of wood there, too. Halbedel.
Maybe a little too far left.
You're right. This swung right around the head pin. She needed to be a little more right.
To be right of the red line in order to get it to turn the correct way and push the head pin down. So Breelan will be looking to throw a double strike. If she can do that, we have one person in the raffle so far for a set of bowling balls from Paramount Industries. So she would enter that as well and give herself a good shot to win a new set of balls.
That bowler was Michael McGinty. He threw a triple strike earlier in the air. Breelan's right in the pocket. They're tumbling, maybe a little too light.
If you're going to leave yourself just the two pins of the reverse half whister left, you want to have a piece of wood like she does to help a little.
A little bit of
really
a guide. Now, and veers a little bit right.
Ideally, you want to have wood that's actually up on the front pin to help guide them into the back one.
Anything extra to shoot at.
Yeah, anything extra is welcome on a shot like this. Otherwise, you got to be super full.
Super full or hit it light enough. Some bounces off the wall. Becky just off.
And so good start still for Breelan.
Breelan brings a certain intensity to our taping. She burst onto the scene last year. She threw a great first ball. She handed Josh big leads last year, which he managed to hang on to.
I think you picked her out before the season started as someone to watch for last year, and so your scouting is proven to be pretty good, Rob.
Breelan's got a lot of talent. And she's right back in that head pin, a little light this time.
Hits.
Yeah, not much to show for it. This is a tough one. Becky looking to find the head pin for the first time in the match.
When I see a shot like this for Breelan, I question, do I go for the right side of the three pin or do I try to cap the wood near the gutter? I'm leaning toward capping the wood if you can do it.
Becky's got something nicer to look at. I agree, and then if you miss, you're cutting the pin. She's there. Heck of a try.
Tried to make
Breelan.
it clean.
Heck of a try. It's nice when you've got two targets within a close radius there. That way, if you miss one, you got a chance of catching the other.
And Becky's got a similar option, off the wood or the pin.
She's full and up.
Sort of same thing she did in the first ball, exactly. She wants to be on the left of the red line, was a little on the right. So she's on her wood, just not, you know, you don't have to be perfect, but you got to be pretty good usually on those pieces of wood.
She was just barely off. Nice 10 there by Becky. An early 7-pin lead in favor of Breelan Crays, that coming from the strike she tossed.
Breelan Crays' favorite food is ice cream. Oh, she likes Despicable Me. Love that movie. It's my team motto, too. All right, it's a lot of wood there.
She's got a wooden back, too, that I think is going to flip over. Becky's on the head pin, too. And I don't think she has to be as perfect on this wood as she has earlier.
I like that.
Going
I like
low.
that spot. Nice
Great
shot. I like the placement on that.
Breelan throws one of the harder balls for girls her age.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
And that helped flip it over. Becky's on hers too.
Oh no, Rob. That time I thought she hit the wood very good. And, you know, wow. What can you say?
She had kind of a double wood. She hit it a little high.
Sometimes
but
that double wood just does funny things. It's helpful if you need to go all the way across the alley,
Right.
but it does tricky things if it's right in front of your pin.
And
nevertheless, I thought she was going to get it.
Becky is at 37 here. And she's throwing a lot better ball than that. She could easily have 3 marks out of the 4. She gets a break there. That one only gets 1 pin.
Doesn't
for
hurt
Breelan.
as much as it could when your opponent fills it with a 1.
So Becky's hanging in there, only 8 pins back. Becky just off that head pin. A 3-1 split. Nice
That's
bit
the
by
ball she won.
Breelan.
And that first ball with the 1 was the only ball she missed the head pin on, so she's got an 80%, which you like to show, I know, in a lot of your statistics you put on the screen during these matches, Rob. You do a good job with that, by the way.
Thank you, Dan. 8 out for Breelan.
I'm glad you don't have to do that when I bowl. You'd have to be putting some pretty low numbers for head pin percentage sometimes. These kids, they make it look easy.
Becky now looking for the out. Ooh, here's just left. So 9 pins is the difference going into the break. We have a pair of Woburn Bolodrome gentlemen taking the lane. Josh Daley and Aaron Souza, both age 14. Actually, Josh is 13. My apologies.
I'm going to plug your bowler for a second here, Rob. Something that pains me to do.
No.
But Aaron Souza Jr. just hit 2 400s in the last week, so can anybody be hotter coming into this?
Aaron has a lot of talent. He has won this age group before. He did that at the age of 12. Now he's looking to do it at age 14. Josh is in the pocket and picks up a nice shot.
So despite Aaron Sousa's recent 400 activity, the #1 seed Cole Fry here was telling me he fears Josh the most.
Really?
Yeah, and maybe that's why. You saw how Josh just picked up a tough-looking, what do you have, 7 pins left on the lane? And they made it?
He did. Aaron looking for a few pins to tumble on the out there.
And he got
does
a
get the
couple,
seven.
and 7 makes you feel so much better than 5 when you're on the head pin on the last ball. You hate to just get 1 pin out of it.
Take another look at Josh Daley's spare there. A lot on the lanes, but they tumble back in. And we mentioned that Josh has that powerful first ball when he connects with the head pin. He has a ton of velocity on it, and when it connects, it can do some damage. Aaron as well. Aaron a little off. Looking to home in on that head pin. Aaron appeared in our qualifying roll-offs twice this year on our web show. He fell the first time to Cole Fry, who we will see next week because he makes a great bid on the mark. And then he managed to avenge that loss the following month with his partner Becky Halbedel.
It's a nice out for Josh. You want to get enough pins to make the mark count, so 21 after 2.
And still building that lead, Aaron. I'd like to get an early mark in here. Aaron, he's getting an average of 105. He can go way above that, too. And he's going to look to try to not let this match get too far away.
Aaron does have the edge on high singles over Josh, 166 to 151. But both of those are impressive high singles for kids in the, 13 years old, 14 years old.
No, you're not kidding.
And like you said, they both throw the ball hard.
And it's because of that first ball. It connects in the pocket a couple times. They toss a few big strikes. And all of a sudden, you're en route to a 30 or a 40 game.
Sometimes Aaron Souza, and not all the times, but sometimes reminds me of David Godwin a little bit.
A little bit.
So maybe just the demeanor, the
Similar
looks on
build,
his face,
similar ball.
number of 400s.
And you mentioned we're going to see Dave Godwin next week in our Beat the Pro segment. We've got Craig Holbrook throwing his last box at the halfway point of this match. So here's Josh Daley right back in there.
Josh Daley lists his favorite accomplishment as hitting the high-low jack, which is a shot that we have during our regular season, so people can watch some of those matches on YouTube and see our regular matches. And we set up the 1, 7, and 10 pins at the end. They can win $50 extra on their gift cards if they make it. And he made it like a rocket, if I remember right.
An iconic shot.
Aaron's talking to himself over there. That's not like him. He knows.
And a nice 10 there by Daley.
As Aaron takes the safe route, sometimes it's better just to take that safe 8 instead of risking playing the headpin on your third ball and going down the hole for it too.
So 1 box left here.
I don't know what that little trash talk going on there or something. I think he's just saying something nice to him. I like to think of it as trash talk.
I like to think of it as trash talk too.
Oh, what a ball!
He buries it, looking to pick up that 4, hits it with the wood. Flattens out very nicely
Thought he
for
had
him.
a chance at a hammer strike there.
Aaron's on it too, goes right through. Tough break for Souza. Josh is all over it. So he's going to have a double-digit lead going into the break. Aaron just misses.
Josh with the sandwich half. Started with a mark, finished with a mark.
And so last year, Breelan and Josh built up big leads going into their last half. All the matches wound up close, but Josh managed to hang on at the end. We're going to see if he can do it again this week. They've got a double-digit lead going into the break. We'll see if they can hold on, and we'll see if a contestant can beat the pro, Craig Holbrook, after the break.
Woburn Bowlodrome, established in 1940, has 40 lanes with automatic scoring, including bumper lanes, glow bowling, and more, featuring 4 different birthday party packages. If you bring the cake, we'll do everything else, including food, drink, and paper goods. Come spend your Friday and Saturday nights with us when the lights go off and the music and fun go on. Enjoy our game room, check out our pro shop, or join a winter league. We're right by I-93 and I-95 with plenty of parking available. Woburn Bowlodrome. For more info, go to www.woburnbowl.com. The Beat the Pro Challenge is brought to you by ASG Bowl, the exclusive representative for the BPAA Smart Buy program, insurance solutions for the Candlepin proprietor.
Welcome back to Candlepin for Kids. Sean Breton is about to attempt our Beat the Pro segment. He is going up against the great Craig Holbrook. Dan, how's Sean feeling about this one?
I don't know. I'm going to check with him. Sean, how you feeling? You watched somebody take him down last week. That give you more confidence?
Yes.
He can be beat, don't you think?
Yes.
What do you say you give yourself for a chance here?
I don't know.
Just say awesome, 100%.
Awesome, 100%.
Well, you're going to be bowling for a chance to win this brand new set of bowling balls from Paramount Industry. Should you beat him or tie him, we're going to put you in a raffle form now because there's already one person who's going to win them. So this will be given away today. Want to wish you luck. Rob, you can talk to Craig, see how he feels about this.
Craig, you've beaten a lot of great pros in the past, but Richie Sproul got you last week. How you plan on following up?
I did. A solid 10 wasn't good enough, so this week I'm getting a mark.
Time to amp it up, but we'll see if he can amp it up. He is up first. Best of luck, Craig. Let's hear it for Sean, everybody. This is Craig's 3rd week on our show. Next week, Dave Godwin is going to join us to take on some of our youth contestants. Sean, how's you pumped for this? You a little nervous?
A little of both.
Sean, Craig's back on the head pin. He's hoping that wood's gonna flatten out.
I'll get it, Rob.
It's rolling back. It's rolling back, Dan. It might take out a couple more. It's gaining speed. Audience willing it. And now Craig's actually looking at a difficult spare leave.
Yeah, I don't think that's such a bad thing. I mean, typically when that front pin's gone, it might make it a little tougher, huh? What do you think, Sean? Is it harder with the front pin or without it?
I think a little hard.
He caught another break, Sean. Deja vu. So now Craig can try to show off his single pin prowess for us again.
It does have a little bit of a guide to the left of it.
And he's on it. So, right. Sean, you're going to need a mark to enter our raffle. Good luck, my friends.
Go get him, Sean.
So Sean Breton out of Lanes and Games in Cambridge is going to give it a shot. Sean is bowling in this because he went most over his average in one of our roll-offs during the season. And then he managed to throw one of our highest scores against Shu at a
look
box.
at this.
Sean's on the head pin.
That's why he threw that high score against me. That's a beautiful ball, Rob. Best first ball yet out of any contestant.
So now he's going to have to run down the 3-6-10 to enter a raffle to join Richie Sproul, who won last week for a set of bowling balls. Sean is just off.
Just missed. Sean is actually a good bowler. I was impressed with watching him bowl at one of our roll-offs, and I expect we'll see him on the regulars show next year.
I think so too. Sean's got a lot of potential in this game. He's a great kid, and he's going home with a $25 gift card. A great bid by Sean Breton. We'll see how the rest of our kids do right now. Welcome back on Candlepin New Generation. Double-digit lead here. We're going to check in with Liam one more time. Liam, any words of historical wisdom as Breelan and Josh try to repeat history?
Remember the Alamo.
Well, you heard it here first. And let's have our ladies take the lane. Becky Halbedel up first. And this gives us a moment to go over our keys to the game. For my team, it is to remain calm. Candlepin is a way of giving you tough leaves, and they've gotten them in the first half. It could get in your head, but you got to be resilient. Try to throw a few marks up in the second half. What about you, Dan?
Get fired up,
Oh,
Rob.
God.
Forget your advice, Rob. My team's living on the edge, going for the jugular, taking what's ours.
Yeah.
And there's Breelan right there, taking what's hers. Carpe diem, Rob. Seize the fish.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Becky Halbedel, meanwhile, buries the headman and is looking at a brutal split.
Perhaps you should go over keys to the game earlier
Give
with
me
your
a
team,
break.
Rob.
Come on.
My team knows
All right,
what it takes.
Remain calm, Becky. Go get your 2 pins here. They're going to work in your favor eventually. I can feel it.
Double strike time for Breelan when she gets up there. Bowling ball set at stake.
Becky Halbedel looking for the out. Let's take one more look at that Breelan Crays hammer. She is coming out firing today on Candlepin New Generation, picking up right where she left off last season. She's already got some Nesson experience under her belt.
Starting both halves with a strike. That's something that's tough to do. Personally, I don't like my first ball
First
of every
ball's a
half.
tough one.
I have a first ball of every half. Please hit the headpin.
Yeah, no, same.
And then go from there.
So Breelan looking for that double.
She has struggled a little bit on her balls after the marks, but was able to rebound the first time and get an 8 on it with a nice second ball. Hopefully she does the same thing here.
We mentioned Breelan's experience. Becky, this is her first time in the doubles portion
Nice
of
ball
our
for
show,
Becky.
and a great bid. Breelan does a fantastic job getting a 9 fill out of that.
You know,
Could've been a lot worse.
in our pro youth segment, which we've had some episodes on Nesson earlier.
A few weeks back in
Yeah.
Cambridge, yep.
Becky Halbedel was my partner in trying to qualify for that, and she bowled spectacular. I'm sorry to let her down. She bowled great, though. So she's capable. It's a lot of practice every week, and she could put 3 marks together anytime.
She's got a lot of talent. She won our international teams tournament a couple years back. She was at the young age of 11, and she had the highest score out of all of our age groups, bowling
remember-
against the Canadians.
I remember back when we had to fight to get her to bowl in some of these events.
Not anymore, thank
She didn't,
goodness.
I don't know if it was because she didn't feel like she could compete or silly.
Becky's very shy.
I mean, look at that good ball right there. Like she said, wow. I would have said the wow, too, if I put the ball right there tight in the pocket, and she left the leave as if she was light in the pocket, which is
gonna be
unusual.
tough. So she's going to want to be on that 2-pin in a pocket to try to carry this mark.
And hopefully kind of full.
This one's going to veer a little bit right. Breelan, meanwhile, looking to just avoid the bad boxes when you build up the big lead early.
Yep.
You just want to put the pressure on the opponent, make them earn their way back into the game, make them toss the marks.
Becky doing what you should do when you're trying to come from behind. Take your time, don't rush. Rushing is kind of a sign that you've mentally taken yourself out of it. You want to take your time, deep breath, like she's just doing right now. Because any mark you get for your partner, the partner's still got 5 more boxes, and anything can happen in
Aaron
those.
can get hot at any moment,
yeah.
too. He throws a spare strike, he's right back in the match. So Becky looking to get a little momentum going her way.
28 in a ball, though. That is a pretty substantial lead.
Becky getting a little action off the headpin. It does a little bit better for her than she was when she was on the headpin.
There's only one downside to Team Shoe crushing Team Rob, and that's that you may get to pick Cole Fry, Rob. I may have to rock paper scissors you for that team.
I'm not calling it over yet. What a try by Becky. No luck.
For those of you who don't know, Cole Fry, a phenomenal 12-year-old who has our show record for highest single, which he did last year also on Nesson, throwing our only triple strike of the season last year.
Threw a 167 on the show. Folks, we'll get to see him next week as Becky picks up a nice 10. Trying to earn a chance to face Cole. She's going to have to do some work here. Would love to get a mark at the end of this game. Transition things over to Aaron with a little momentum. Breelan, meanwhile, just throwing a ho-hum 100 game. Putting a few marks up there, a lot of powerful balls. Can toss another mark to get in the 110s. So Halbedel,
There's a good ball for Becky.
a little light, looking for something. They're still tumbling, and at least she has a shot, especially if that wood stays over. It's moving a little bit. I like her chances. If she hits that pin, especially
Either
on the right
yeah,
side,
as long as she's not full on it.
especially right, the way her ball, it'll almost be guaranteed. If she goes left, you just have to hope the pin doesn't jump over the wood. Oh, catch it. Oh, so close.
And a nice shot for Breelan, like you
Crays,
said.
meanwhile.
Try to extend her scores up into the teens. She's looking at 107 in the ball.
Just puts that much more pressure on Aaron.
It's a nice game for Breelan. Look at how she bowled this one. She started and finished each half. No, she didn't. Almost started
Close.
and finished each half of the mark.
Becky, meanwhile, might be a little disappointed with her 85 game. She threw a better ball than that. She had 3 mark opportunities in that first half where the wood just snuck past him.
And one of which she hit very well.
And so now,
The other
Aaron
two she hit
Souza.
just not perfect.
Last year, Hunter Johnson tried to mount a 20-pin comeback on Josh
Oh,
Daley.
what an episode that was. I remember that one, Rob.
Last year, Michael Pelchat tried to mount a 20-pin comeback on Josh Daley. Neither was able to do it. Both came within, I think, 1 or 2 pins. Now Aaron's going to try, but it's a spread eagle right off the gates, and he's just
Not
laughing.
even an eagle. I mean, he left the 8-pin as well.
He's going to try to make it. What a try! Catch it! What a shot!
For folks watching at home, that is one of the most difficult spares to make, besides the 710. And Becky, with some new life, comes running back behind her partner.
Not only that, a tough box by Josh. We're going to need Aaron to throw a ball down the gutter to clear the wood. And let's take another look at that one from multiple angles. Aaron Souza picking up the spread eagle plus the 8-pin.
Josh has to be asking himself, what kind of lead do I need to be safe where my opponents don't come storming back in the second half? And so far, he's always been able to hold on, but he's got to be questioning what's going on.
Aaron threw that first ball, got a little bit frustrated. He kind of laughed, thinking like, man, here we go again, another spread eagle. And then he goes and picks it up, so now he's got a little momentum on his side. This fill is going to be huge for him.
29 minus the ball. It gets 8 or 9 here.
Buried hammer by Souza. Here we come, Gauthier.
Now it's under 20. Now it's 19. Andy's looking at 2 balls on the fill. He's throwing a double and he's back in the lead.
My team has life, darn it.
This is where Josh is going to take his time. I think you see it affecting Josh, and that's what happens when your opponent throws a hammer in your face. So you really need to take your time.
Eagle.
You need to do what Becky did in the first half. You need to take your time. So 19 minus 3, 16 minus 2 balls, right?
So now Aaron just wants to keep that pressure on.
16 minus 2 balls. And so you can get single digits easy just with a good fill. Ideally, you want to throw another mark here.
Souza a little off the head pin. Oh, he gets a break though. Easily could have been a half Worcester. Instead ends up 7.
And a good ball from Josh. Not seeing the results.
He throws such a hard ball that you have to think that that wood is going to fly over somehow. Just who knows what it's going to take out. Souza picks it up. Great shot by Aaron Souza. Daley, no luck.
So what was the deficit at the start of this half, Rob? High 30s?
It had to be.
Now you're looking at 7-5. If my math is right, it is now 5 pins minus a fill. So he could take the lead with a big fill here.
Unbelievable march by Aaron Souza.
Looking it up there, let's see, 21, and
well, you got
before
the scores
it was
right at the bottom,
25.
Dan. 181 to 177, I think it is. 4 pins.
4 pins minus. So wow. There it is. Look at that.
Buried. Looking to carry the 6. Souza's into it.
Suddenly, Souza has a 5-pin lead in the match. From 30-something behind to a 5-pin lead. Storming back.
Now looking to pick up another mark. Souza all over it in the face. Daley too. Unable to get him to carry, and so now
Daley's got to ask himself, what did I do to these guys to make my opponent so mad in the second half? But Daley's not out of it. He's got to realize
certainly not.
All it takes is a fill from Aaron that's not huge. So if he throws a 3 or a 4 fill, then jump on him.
That's right.
Throw that mark.
And Aaron, you got to wonder, he's been throwing such a good ball. Can he keep it up?
There it is.
On the head pin again, buried it. Josh a little off. He's got a makeable spare lead, but I think if Aaron picks this up, he clinches it.
Even if he doesn't pick it up, he gets a 10 box. I don't know that it's in reach. We'll have to do a little math there, but
Aaron all over it. A
5 in a row, Rob.
mark half by Aaron Souza.
Now you see why this kid's been throwing 400s left and right.
Heck of a bid by
Josh. 129 in a ball after a rough first half. What can you do? There's no defense in bowling, Rob. There's no defense in bowling.
What a bid by Josh.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap when your opponent comes out and does that. There's nothing you can do.
He and Breelan made a heck of a run at this one, but instead it's Aaron Souza who's going to get to throw the victory ball. He sparks a 30-plus pin comeback.
And
Team
Team Shoe
with his hardest one of the match. He's
Team
advancing
Shoe
to
will
next
have
week.
to settle for cold fries, team.
Well, they're going to be fun to watch next week. A 133 by Aaron Souza. Tremendous performance. We will talk to him and Becky after the break.
Thanks for coming to my league, Jeff.
No problem, Nick.
I promise to exercise and eat right.
Don't forget, 60 minutes of a long day, right?
I'll grow up to be big and strong like you.
Absolutely.
And play in the Pro Series?
Yes, sir.
And be drafted on your Worlds team?
Maybe.
And become the new anchor bowler for Lucky Strike?
Okay.
And you can be my sub?
Excuse me?
And make bowling fans forget about you? And become your mom's favorite bowler?
Whoa.
Just loosening my arm.
Oh, another one-pin match again.
Souza's on the head pin. If that
Needs that 9
man,
to
the
fall.
crowd wants that 9. And now it's Souza's chance. With that wood on the far right, you might think something's gonna fly. He's going high. What a shot by Aaron Souza. Aaron Souza and Maddie Kelly will take the title in a thrilling performance.
Like, what would be your coolest thing you could imagine doing in Candlepin bowling?
Go on a TV show?
I can relieve all my stress on throwing the ball and just concentrating on bowling and nothing else.
If you were to bowl your brother on TV, what would you do to psych him out? You must know all his weaknesses, right?
I'd either find out a way to hurt him,
Yep.
or make him stay up half the night.
Welcome back to Candlepin New Generation. We are here with Becky and Aaron, who just completed a phenomenal comeback. Dan, you got Becky.
Thanks, Rob. Congratulations, first of all, Team Rob. I have to tip my cap to you guys. You don't see halves like that very often, and just, as I told the other team, your opponents, there's no defense in bowling. Now, Becky, we were talking when you were up there in your second half, facing a large deficit. It looked like you slowed your game down a little. Did you do that intentionally?
Yes.
And what was your thinking when you were doing that?
I wasn't thinking anything.
Maybe just take some deep breaths and try to, because I notice sort of the opposite sometimes. Sometimes when you fall way behind, people rush, and that's when they just fall further behind, right? So I guess you never know when those pins are going to come and pay off when this guy throws a half like that, right?
Yeah.
Does it make you feel more confident going into the match next week, knowing that he could do that if you don't have your best game?
Yeah.
And we know you've had some big games with us. You bowled with me earlier this year, so I know you can do it. So make it easier for him next time, okay?
I'll try.
All right. Can't wait to see it.
I got Aaron, who just threw 5 marks in a row to complete the comeback. Going into the half, did you think you even had a shot at this thing?
Yeah, I knew once I got 1 mark, it would get me going.
And the first ball, you punched straight through the head pin. You're looking at a spread eagle. What is going through your head at that moment?
I got to try my hardest to get it.
Looked like you were laughing a little bit, pick it up, and all of a sudden you throw 5 marks later. When you're in a zone like that, what's going through your head? What's it like?
Nothing's going through my head, really.
All over every single pin, and you just picked them all up. So next week, you guys are facing Renee Whitelaw and Cole Fry. Cole beat you earlier in the season. How's this match going to go a little differently for you?
I think it'll go a little better.
So anything you're going to try to do to get in his head?
No.
Just throw 5 more marks, and I think we won't have to worry about it.
Should be an awesome match.
Make sure you tune in for it. It is next week, and you can see all of our matches on candlepingeneration.com. Coming to you from Pilgrim Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts, and on behalf of our entire volunteer staff, he is Dan Gauthier. I'm Rob Taylor. You have been watching Candlepin New Generation.
I'm here with Zack Attack. Everybody here calls you Zack Attack, right?
Nope.
I'm here with Cam Newton, right?
No.
All right, I'm here with Rocky. No, what's your real name?
Matt.
Matt? You look like Rocky.
I am like a trick magnet.
Chick magnet, yeah!